Ave Maria, a Neil Baggio suspense. Written by Charles Damico. Narrated by Lyle Blaker. Chapter 1. Even without Sheila, I'm always going to have at least one other female in my life. That's my daughter. I still can't believe today marks 6 months since that day in Mexico City. To think I'm still second-guessing everything that happened. I know everyone back at the Bureau said it was the right move, but I still wish I would have gone a different route. Neil, you need to stop worrying about this. The case is over. There's nothing left to worry about. Sometimes the hardest thing to do after being involved in such a case is to let go. You need to let go. If not, you're gonna kill yourself fighting these demons. I know, but it's a lot easier said than done. You of all people know that. What we want and what we get are usually two different things. That's true, but that involves things that are out of your immediate control. This is all on you, Neil. No one else. Just you. You have to let go, or your ulcer will turn into something worse. How did you know I had an ulcer? I didn't tell you about it. Hell, I didn't tell anyone about it. But I do understand what you're trying to tell me. I have to admit, ever since I started training really hard again, my ulcer has felt better. Hitting that punching bag and running seemed to be very therapeutic. That's the spirit. You don't need to forget the stress. You need to work through it, just as you are. As for noticing your ulcer, that was an easy one. You've been sucking down those antacids like they're going out of style. That and you haven't touched your coffee since you've been here. And we all know that you love your coffee. That's probably the worst part of all this stress. The lack of coffee drinking I can do. It really is hell without my coffee. I've been resorting to eating coffee beans in place of the coffee itself. Seems to sit better in my stomach. You really have a problem, Neil. Eating coffee beans whole? I mean, seriously, you've lost it. But I digress. How's the home life been with your daughter and Sheila? They're doing well. As good as can be. It's hard trying to be a family with an ex-wife and a daughter. Don't get me wrong. I love both of them dearly. It's just hard. I can only imagine. Especially since Sheila and you still have a lot of love for each other. It can get very complicated at times. At least, I imagine it can. Complicated is a nice way of putting it. I'm still a little upset with the way things ended up with Maria. I thought, after the case, with me limited to consulting for the FBI, it would be okay for us, but it didn't help the situation any. Ah, yes, Agent Garcia and you. I almost forgot about that. That did end pretty badly, didn't it? Are you guys at least on talking terms now? We try, but it just ends up being small talk. Pointless conversations. I can understand her point of view, but she knew my relationship with Sheila going into our relationship, and to demand that I stop seeing my ex-wife was ridiculous. Sheila and I stopped all physical contact on account of my relationship with Maria. That wasn't enough for her. It just got worse the longer we dated. It's understandable, though. Eventually it came down to Maria not wanting to share you with another woman. You've got to understand that, at least. I do. Trust me, I do. But even without Sheila, I'm always going to have at least one other female in my life. That's my daughter. If someone can't understand that you don't get all of me, all of the time, then I can't help them. Sometimes I wonder why I even bother coming here to talk to him. But I have no one else to talk to. At least no one that understands me like he does. I just wish my life wasn't so complicated. I thought ending the Cappelano case would simplify my life, but it hasn't changed since that day. Hell, the only thing that has changed is Cappelano and the chase. Maria and I aren't talking anymore, and now I'm simply consulting for the FBI, which is nice because I can concentrate on my own business, CB Inc.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?